I like to start off this vlog by saying that yes, I do have red hair. This is going to be new and I'm going with it. So today I would like to tell all y'all about my weird ass Friday that happened yesterday. That was Friday. Me and my friends all listen to punk rock. And we decided that we were going to go to a show tonight. And I haven't been to a show in about 2 weeks since I went with my fine shit. R.I.P. He's not dead. Shit just did not work out. However, that's also a lie. I just can't tell you what happened. So we decided to go to this show, and I have red hair. It's the first day going to school with red hair. People are like, and so yeah, I got a lot of shit for this hair. Can't really see it on camera, but it is pretty vibrant red. Now I go back with my friends, and I went with 2 friends before the start of the show, and then I met up with the rest of the group later. But for now, I'm gonna talk about what I did with my 2 friends. So I'm sitting in my friend's room and they're playing Skate 3, and I see that my friend has a bunch of records, and I love music, and so I start flipping through these records. Now I see this album cover that I've seen before millions of times of a band that I've never listened to, and it is Neutral Milk Hotel. Now, most of you have probably heard this record, the record that I'm talking about. You know the record that I'm talking about. I have not heard this record at all, never once in my life. My friend goes, "This record made me, man. It's so important, dude. Listen to it." And so he puts it on, and he never puts the needle down. And we forget about it, and we start talking shit about people. And so after that, we pass the time talking shit, going to Rayleigh's, getting candy, and then we went to the show. Now, when I got home, I could not get this fucking band name out of my head because it sounded so stupid. It was the Neutral Milk Hotel. All I could think was, I hate indie bands. What the fuck? But I don't actually. I just like saying I do to look different. So I listened to this whole record, and I text my friend, I'm like, "What is this record about?" And he's like, "The singer's love for Anne Frank." For those of you that don't know, Anne Frank was killed by the Nazis in Holland, 1945. Neutral Milk Hotel reference. In all seriousness, R.I.P. Anne Frank, and I love you.
Does anybody know anything about this Diary of Anne Frank? Because I have no clue of the story.
It's Saturday night. It's been more than 24 hours since I've been told about this record, and I loved it, and I continued to love it. And I'm obsessed with this record. Now, going back to my story, we go to the show. I'm wearing one of my favorite t-shirts, and we're sitting outside and we're waiting to go in. My friends smoke a joint. I don't smoke. Straight edge. So I hear the band's playing. We were a little late for the opener, and I'm getting antsy. I really want to go in. So I go in. It's not too dead. It's pretty lively in there, and I'm trying to see the bands, and as I'm watching it, somebody bumps into me rather hard on the back from behind me. Now, excuse me, Now, that's not unexpected. It's a punk show. There's a push pit. I'm not gonna be who the fuck hit me. It's a punk show. Why are we tweaking over a punk show? This gentleman was rather obese, with 2 full large ass glasses of beer. And in my mind, in my nosy ass mind, I'm thinking, he's gonna hand that to one of his friends. I was mistaken. He looks me dead in the eyes, goes right in the middle of the pit where people are two-stepping, and just chugs the first one and chugs the second one and puts them down on the stage and starts pushing people around. Now, it's a push pit. It's also a bar. I'm not going to tweak. I am not, none of my red flag signals are going off in this moment because it's a punk show and it's connected to a bar. So none of my red flags receptors or whatever you want to call them are going off. After a few songs, the man leaves. He's rather drunk at this point. Comes back with another glass of beer. None of my business. They start, one of the bands that was playing at this time was really killing, really cool band. I think they're called Aggressive Manor. Shout out Aggressive Manor. They are called Aggressive Manor. Go check them out. Go check them out right there. Now, they're really cool. So I'm two-stepping, having a grand old time. I'm by myself two-stepping because none of my friends wanted to. And he comes into the pit with this full glass of beer and starts pushing people around. And of course, I'm not thinking anything of it because it's a push pit. But when you have a full, filled to the brim glass of beer and you're pushing people around, you run the risk of spilling it. And what the fuck does he do? He spills the entire beer on the floor full of kids moshing. Now, I didn't see him spill it. I just saw him put his hands like this and yell, "Fuck!" And I proceeded to watch 3 kids fall on their ass, including one of my friends who was pushed into the pit against his will by my other friends. And he fell on his ass. And I felt really bad for him. So I really wanted to mosh. I was really looking forward to it, and I physically couldn't because it was so slippery on the floor. And other kids were kind of upset at this guy because we were all just trying to like do our shit, and he kept spilling beer everywhere. Mind you, this is the second time he spilled. He just didn't spill it in the pit the first time. So I mean, we're not like chewing the guy out, but like in our minds we're like, what the fuck, dude? So what do? I take my shirt off and I start wiping the beer up with my shirt. All my friends were like, what the fuck are you doing? Mind you, there's like 13 people with their shirts off. I don't give a fuck. I mean, I don't think anybody truly cares. I mean, there was like a bunch of people with their shirts off, but they were like, "Oh my god, your shirt." And I remembered how much I loved that shirt. Like, while it's under my feet, like I'm wiping it up, like with my foot. And I'm like, fuck. So this guy walks by me, and mind you, I gotta stop saying mind you. Mind you, the guy, the band stops playing because their set was over and we're still trying to clean this up. he walks by and he bumps into me, but no music was playing, nobody's moshing, but he's walking around trying to start a push pit and the lights are on. If you are the obese guy with the beer that you spilled and that I ruined my shirt to mosh, I don't hate anybody, but I strongly dislike you, and I don't hope anything bad happens to you, but I hope that you like stub your toe really hard or something. We get out of the show and I'm shirtless because I'm not trying to put that shirt back on. And I'm not sure how many of you are familiar with California. I live in Sacramento, but this venue's in Stockton. Now, if you're familiar with Stockton, it's not a place at night that you should have your shirt off. It's really not. And so we get in the car, we go to McDonald's. I'm drunk. And all I can think about is Neutral Milk Hotel. I don't know what it was. It was like, and this is before I listened to the record. This fucking name was so stupid. I haven't looked up the significance of the name. But also, what I'm also thinking about is the friend that put me on to that record before I went to the show while I was hanging out at his house. He was talking about how he had a bag of M&Ms in his bed and he fell asleep and he woke up and there was chocolate everywhere. And I felt really bad for him again because that's the same friend that slipped and fell on his ass. And while I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking about how my fine shit used to love M&Ms. So I start mentally dying to myself. My face is probably like, but inside, y'all, dying for like 5 minutes, and then my friend gave me some fries. Now, mind you, I'm actually gonna end the video right here. I don't have anything important to say. However, if you did enjoy this little rant of mine, I will be posting more shortly. I'm also going to be doing some ASMR in the future.